Hi there, this is Lee McQueen, and I'm talking about the 2016 race for the presidency, public affairs, and all associated issues like that. And I ran across an article with the Washington Post, and it's titled Clinton has several VP options: fiery liberals, Hispanics, and white guys. And so Hillary Clinton's got her vice president shortlist, and there's been some names floated around that people have been guessing are on that short list. And it seems like there are about 6 people on Hillary Clinton's vice president short list. And it's tightened probably because Donald Trump has already settled on, I think his name is Mike Pence, a conservative, and that they're going to have their convention pretty soon, and so things are coming to a head. So Tim Kaine is widely viewed as the front runner. He's a Virginia senator, and they've met and campaigned together. And then, of course, Elizabeth Warren, senator from Massachusetts, and then Julian Castro, the nation's housing secretary, and then John Hickenlooper, the governor of Colorado. Um, Warren is seen by some as a stand-in for Bernie Sanders, but not Bernie Sanders supporters. They are not. She is not seen as a stand-in. Only Bernie Sanders is Bernie Sanders to Bernie Sanders supporters. It's been tried and it has not worked. So the other options are Labor Secretary Thomas Perez and let's see, Tom Vilsack, who is a former governor for Iowa and the current agriculture secretary. And so they're thinking that Perez and Javier Becerra, who is a representative from the state of California, as well as, let's see, Julian Castro can assist with achieving the Latino vote. There's also caution about not getting someone who's seen as too centrist or too conservative uh, in the Democrat Party, and then not someone who's too liberal, and then also not pulling a Democrat out of the Senate that might be replaced with a Republican senator by the governor of the state. And so there's all these issues. Everyone's got a pro and a con. I think John Hickenlooper might be a safe bet because he wouldn't be pulled out of the Senate. He's a governor. He doesn't really have any negatives, which might be part of the problem. He doesn't have any negatives. That means he'd be harder for Hillary Clinton to deal with since she's highly negative. I think she needs someone to balance her out so she doesn't look worse. So, I mean, Elizabeth Warren, there might be an issue with Warren outshining Hillary Clinton and appearing too competent standing next to Hillary Clinton. And then besides the fact that maybe it might be difficult for the electorate to handle 2 women on the same ticket. Also, Tim Kaine might be seen as not exciting enough, and then probably too centrist. And then also, and so that's why, and I'm thinking that besides John Hickenlooper, Tom Vilsack, since he's pretty compatible with Hillary Clinton, they go way back. They know the same people. Tom Vilsack endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2008 before he moved to endorse Barack Obama like most every other person did. And so Hillary Clinton seems to be focusing on national security issues. And so whoever she picks has to also be focused on national security issues. And a part of the issue is how will people view her pick, how she will be able to work with the pick, if she'll be compatible. She's also looking at liberal, liberal, liberal people such as Cory Booker of New Jersey and Sherrod Brown of Ohio. And so, again, there's an issue of these senators being replaced by Republican governors. But that might not be an issue with Tim Kaine because his replacement would be named by Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, who is a Democrat. So I'm thinking that Tim Kaine and John Hickenlooper of Colorado might be the safest bets. But, we don't know. It might be a total surprise. It might be Bernie Sanders. There's been scuttlebutt that it might be Bernie Sanders who is the surprise pick. And, in an effort to win over Bernie Sanders' wing of the Democrat Party. But it's the same case that I've mentioned before where Hillary Clinton is so dedicated to winning the center, triangulating, winning the center, neutralizing left, pivoting right. And she's neutralized the left. She neutralized Bernie Sanders and his wing of the Democrat Party, which has said, okay, well then we'll choose Jill Stein. And Hillary Clinton's like, whatever, I'm going to go to the center and pick up some Republicans. That's what she does. That's all she knows. Neutralize left, pivot right. And right on schedule, that's what she's doing, triangulating back to the right. And so I'm thinking John Hickenlooper or Tim Kaine. She'll totally misread the electorate, the situation, and she'll choose a safe centrist because that's what she feels comfortable with. And another person, maybe someone with, it's her, so this is what's going to happen. But her trustworthiness has not been helped or assisted by Bernie Sanders' endorsement. As I mentioned in a previous video, that might be the reason why she's not considering him as vice presidential pick, because his supporters have fled the other direction. That as soon as Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton, they fled to Jill Stein, and so I'm sure Hillary Clinton's seen that and said, whatever, I'm going back to the center, which is what I was going to do anyway, but now I'm really going to do it. And so, her trustworthiness, her recklessness, her carelessness in office, her negatives, Bernie Sanders has not been able to cover her or shield her from that. She's just her own worst enemy, and she's just had a disastrous last couple of weeks where the FBI director said anyone else would have gone to jail, and then there's been polling done of the American public saying, yeah, any of us would have gone to jail, so why didn't she? So the public is not on Hillary Clinton's side, and I don't even know if any vice presidential pick can assist Hillary Clinton's campaign at this point. It's in free fall. It's plummeting. Donald Trump is showing that he can win against her in certain swing states. And there's just been another issue added on. Yet another superdelegate of Hillary Clinton's is in trouble with the FBI. Has been indicted. We've had Chaka Fattah, who was indicted on racketeering and money laundering and fraud and all kinds of charges. And then Bob Menendez, I think it was public corruption. He hasn't been indicted. He's been indicted, but he hasn't been convicted. Chaka Fattah has been indicted and convicted. Now there's another one in Florida. Her name is Corrine Brown. She's a superdelegate for Hillary Clinton. And so Hillary Clinton's superdelegates are just dropping like one by one. Anyway, Corrine Brown has been indicted on, I think using a public charity, using a charity as a slush fund or something like that. Um, Something naughty, not nice. And then Terry McAuliffe, I mentioned that he was the one who would reappoint a senator if someone, if I think it was Tim Kaine, was chosen from his state to be vice president for Hillary Clinton. Terry McAuliffe would be the one who would choose a replacement. But he is a superdelegate for Hillary Clinton as well, McAuliffe is. And he's under investigation by the FBI. So there's something strange happening within Hillary Clinton's sphere of influence. And I mentioned before that it seems like anyone who associates with her bears a mark, guilt of association, that she leaves a mark of corruption on anyone with whom she associates. And if I were to ever advise Bernie Sanders of anything, it would be to just really proceed with caution. Um, Everyone that associates with Hillary Clinton bears their mark. Look at what has happened to Elizabeth Warren. Look at what has happened to Barack Obama. He used to be hope and change, and let's move America forward, and even James Comey, Loretta Lynch, anyone that associates anywhere within the sphere of Hillary Clinton's influence just gets tarnished. And so I'm just saying, you, Bernie Sanders, maintain high favorability even throughout this entire primary season. Not until you endorsed Hillary Clinton did your image take a hit. And so I'm just saying the facts, the poll numbers, the unfavorables, and your favorables versus Hillary Clinton's unfavorables, and how she's affected other people. It all speaks for itself, and so it's something to reflect on. And for anyone who's considering being Hillary Clinton's vice presidential pick, proceed with caution. That's all I'm gonna say, and just know what your motivations are, and if you're ready to work within that to get what you want or what you need or what you think you want and you need from the Clinton campaign.